It's Reset! Let's go! Heyo, and Persona 3's fakest fan here. Today in this video, what I wanted to talk about today is Persona 4 Revival. Quite a few trailers have released finally that I can finally kind of talk about some things that I'm pretty interested in this game because, like, they showed a lot. They're at full marketing. This is kind of what they did for Persona 3 Reload when they were revealing stuff for the game and kind of going through the social links and introducing each character, which I will say it seems like these are a bit more quicker than those trailers, but they're probably about the same length if you really go back and look at it. They just feel quicker because honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just because a part of me wants more. Because man, just everything when they show this game just looks pretty solid. While there are some concerns, obviously, with the overworld that it does kind of look kind of odd at some points, like the school, for instance, and a few other things like kind of the outdoor areas, but that could be due to lighting, just because like some days it's cloudy in the game, some days it's really sunny, so it's hard to really say. So the kind of issue, especially with kind of the overworld, is the fact that there's two different builds of the game. Each version of the trailer, like I think it's the JP side has more of the finished build, while the West side doesn't. I could be wrong with that. That's kind of what I saw as the general consensus when I was seeing information online. Now, a key detail that I really want to point out about these cutscenes is they're kind of doing the Catherine approach to text-based cutscenes, which is very interesting. Now, what I mean by that is, like, it's not like full-on in-engine cutscenes. It looks like they're kind of doing a more cinematic feel to it, where they're kind of like adjusting camera angles when a certain character is talking and really kind of going in on that. And I'm really excited about that because that makes the story a lot more engaging when you do something like that. While in like Persona 5, for instance, the camera is kind of just static sometimes when you have those cutscenes. This also seems to be happening within Social Link, so I might sound crazy, but it's just a key detail that I really find interesting, just like about Catherine, and I just love that they're doing it here. Once again, I do wish they would have done more with that with Persona 5, but Persona 5 is still a good game. Besides that, gameplay is looking extremely fantastic. Combat seems a bit broken with the prime time kind of thing, which I don't know if this takes a long time to build up over time, or this is just a thing that kind of just pops up in each kind of encounter. Now, if it takes time for it to build up and it kind of resumes the progress with each battle, I can kind of see that. But if it's kind of just a one-time thing, each battle, I could see that being very broken, because that would mean the gauge kind of fills up fast. So I hope that's not necessarily the case, but again, we'll probably just have to see more so when they do another stream and kind of see kind of the like live gameplay loop and kind of see if that gauge is filling up still between each encounter, or it's just one encounter where it kind of just depletes completely and yeah, you have to rebuild it. Another thing too about the like OST, I think they're really hitting the nail on the coffin that you are in the TV, because if like you listen to it, right, like with decent headphones, it sounds like, you know how like bassy tube TVs sound when they like were playing music or something? That's exactly what it sounds like. Genuinely really amazing kind of ambience there, and I don't think many people are talking about that, but like I'm really like happy that they committed to the ambience of being inside the TV and, you know, what a tube TV kind of sounds like, if you will. Once again, like, I'm kind of going crazier because there's just so much to, like, just say about each and every little detail in these trailers. And I'm still genuinely impressed with how well this remake is turning out. And it could be one of the best remakes probably to come out. But again, it's not out yet, and I don't want to jump the gun. I'm really excited to see the next trailer. However, what is kind of bothering me is when they do upload these trailers, they're not doing like consistent frame rates. So like one trailer will be in like 30 FPS, the other one will be in 60. I don't get why there's such a discrepancy there. Maybe it just could be the codec that they're uploading with, and honestly, that's still an ongoing issue, it looks like, with Atlas, which I did kind of see the cutscenes where some of them actually do look like they're in 30 FPS, the in-engine ones, which does kind of concern me. but I can't tell because of the fact that some of these trailers are legitimately in 30 FPS, so it is kind of going to be a mess if the in-engine cutscenes aren't in 60 FPS, which just makes it so much smoother and so much more immersive, if you will. Which I swear to God, if I get someone in the comments, my eyes can't tell between the difference between 30 and 60. Bro, I have had like high refresh rates monitors, and if I see anything at 60 FPS, it looks like it's 30 FPS now. So help me. Whew. So help me if I get that comment. Voice acting was another thing that I was kind of concerned about within the game. However, I can say that I am actually enjoying the new voice cast. Rindo is sounding super well, I mean Yosuke, along with Yukiko. And it's genuinely going to be interesting to see how both these voice actors, especially Paul Castro's voice actor, does throughout the performance of this game, because it's honestly crazy to see him in such a big role, because Yosuke is a big role in my eyes as a Persona character, and is literally the protagonist's best friend, so it's definitely crazy to see him in such a big role now. Regardless to say, Yukiko never really appealed to me as a character, and her new voice is really kind of making me want to give Yukiko another chance. I don't know what it was with the old voice actor, but it just never jived with me in that sense, so, and I can't really say why, just other than, yeah, I just didn't like her in my initial playthrough, so I definitely can't wait to give her another chance in this game. And along with every other character, like, I have had no issues with, but what stinks is we don't have that iconic cast that we've grown used to. However, with that said, the Yosuke being sick from Chie and Yukiko's freshly fine food was shown, and honestly, that kind of was the worry for me, like, were they gonna get the tone right? What the hell is this? Yeah, they did. So I'm pretty happy with the voice acting so far. Anyways, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm getting a bit too excited about this game and just everything kind of to do with Persona 4 Revival. Like, I am super excited to play this game in February once it releases, and which I was actually able to get a collector's edition, so I'm really happy to actually get that. I hope it ships the day of that's supposed to be here, because I'm gonna be sitting here just looking at everyone else playing it like, damn, I really wish I had it. Well, it is a remake and I already have experienced the story. I obviously just want to re-experience it with the remake and not be kind of spoiled as to more new features with the game or the new content with the game, as has been hinted at, just hasn't been revealed yet. So, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Peace. No, wait. No.